Hello guys, welcome back to Zorpo and welcome to today's weapon guide for the CZ75 after quite a long time off. The reason for that was I recorded all the guide for the CZ, and then after I was about to edit it all, put it all together, I found out that I forgot to check record microphone on fraps, which means that no sound was recorded. So I ended up rage quitting YouTube for a little bit. But I am back now, and we're going to be doing this whole guide thing. So without further ado, let's go on to the spray pan. And, as per usual, all these sort of weapon guide statistics and stuff are all going to be in the description so that you can copy and paste, do whatever you want with them. Let's begin. The spray pan is as follows. It goes everywhere. Absolutely. To control it, I guess you just sort of double tap. The first two sort of land on target. Once you start going for the third ones, it goes a little bit all over the place. You can't really control it because it has a radial pattern, if you guys can notice, instead of like a linear one which goes upwards. It just sort of goes wherever the hell it wants. So you probably shouldn't be spraying with it at long range because it will just go absolutely fucking everywhere. Okay, now I generally start off with the advantages for the guns, but today I'm going to be starting off with the disadvantages because this gun has a hell of a lot of them. First of all, it has a ridiculously low magazine size. If you guys have a look, it's got 12 bullets and then 12 bullets in reserve. That brings it up to 24 bullets. Because this gun's automatic, you will be using that up extremely quickly. Another thing is that the gun only gives you a $100 kill reward. Counter-terrorists win. Another disadvantage is its accuracy, or the lack thereof. This gun has the lowest first shot accuracy out of all the pistols in the game, which means that, say for instance you're stuck at CT firing up a guy at B boxes, just shoot anywhere, just shoot, maybe straight shot a little bit. Those bullets probably won't actually hit, It might look it right now, but say for instance this guy's head is like about this big, so you could actually be firing all the way around him and not actually hitting his head. And a practical reason is that its draw animation is extremely long. So if we compare for instance a P250, you can do this with every gun in the game, by the way, if you type it in console. Obviously this is like under the server. If we compare it with the P250, you can fire pretty quickly. The CZ, by the time you draw, somebody will shoot you in the face. But there is one advantage to this gun, okay, and that is the fact that it's automatic. It also has a one-hit kill headshot, but that's only if you're basically point-blank range. The fact that it is automatic is a huge bonus. Now, this is either really, really good or really, really bad, depending on your situation. This brings me on to when to use this gun, because this gun's a very, very quirky gun. You really need to know when to use it. So the first thing that you should probably be doing it for is force buy rounds. So say for instance when you don't really have a lot of money, which is not really a good example, but say for instance you only have enough money for armor and a pistol buy, right? You could buy armor and a pistol. A teammate could boost you up short, and you could actually cause quite a bit of havoc, playing a corner or something. Because people here will be at pretty close range to you, so you can just spray them down a little bit, and you probably will be able to hit them pretty quickly, which means that you can just take their gun, and now you have a gun without you even having to buy much. Now, this gun can be used for eco rounds, but as I previously mentioned, it only has a $100 reward. Right, because that's already bad, because obviously when you're on an eco round, you're trying to rack up that money so that you can buy the next round. If you've got a CZ, you might not be able to, even if you get like 2 kills or something. What could have got you like half a set of grenades now will only buy you a flashbang. So you probably won't be using it for eco rounds unless you're in a pre-made team or something and you've got a good enough strategy set out, so say for instance if you're going to rush somewhere or something, if you feel like you can win an eco round, use this gun. If you don't, do not, because even if you get some kills with it and then end up losing the round, you probably won't have a lot of money for the next round, which means that you're going to have to eco again, which is probably one of the worst things you can do in CS. The This gun's also good for AWPing, but only when you're on the defensive side, because it has a ridiculously long draw animation, so you're going to want to take some cover before you're ready to shoot with it. So, say for instance, somebody's pushing you mid, and you're playing with an AWP. If you miss your shot, you're going to want to take some cover, and only then can you actually kill them with the CZ. Obviously, because this gun is automatic, you're going to want to be spraying with it, so don't be afraid to do that. So say for instance, somebody could boost you up short, as I previously mentioned, and then you can push cat, and then shoot an enemy down. But I am going to counteract what I just said, because you can actually still tap, so don't be afraid to do that. Because say for instance when you're playing at a medium distance, so obviously not from pit or to sight, but say for instance you're at the long wall, you can still afford to tap an enemy and still be somewhat accurate. But out of spraying and tapping, you'll probably want to stick to the former, because obviously that's what the gun was made for. So make sure that you sort of play a corner, and make sure to be a cheeky geezer and take your enemies off guard. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching. I've been the Zorpo, and I hope to see you right back here sometime soon.